Hi everyone, and welcome to the All Things ITSM Global Podcast. We're coming to you from BMCEngage in Las Vegas. I'm Kirsty McGowan. I'm here with Charles Betts.
Kirsty.
Hi Charles. Carlos Casanova.
Kirsty.
And now we're talking with Pete Yates from Spark Ventures in New Zealand. Hi Pete, nice to see you on this side of the world.
I know, it's been good to be here.
Yeah.
So Pete, you're with Spark Ventures. I know you guys have been through a lot of changes over the last few years. Predominantly a telecom company, originally. But my understanding is that you guys have really taken on a whole new, breadth in terms of what digital experience is, and gone to almost a level of you provide a common capability from a telecom perspective, but are really offering a lot of products and services that you would not necessarily consider as, going to your telecom for.
Yeah.
So could you speak to that a little bit more? It was really interesting, how you were describing that.
Yeah, sure. So Spark Ventures was formed a couple of years ago with the sole purpose of getting products to market very quickly. Telcos haven't been traditionally known for getting products to market in any speed. So what we did, Spark Ventures was created to bring these products to market very quickly using agile methodologies, using where we could SaaS-based solutions. And as you said, these are not necessarily traditional telco solutions. So we've created a video-on-demand platform called Lightbox, so New Zealand's Netflix.
Right.
We've also created a big data platform called Curious, which is supposed to be the big data platform for New Zealand. We've also created a home automation solution.
Wow.
And we've also created an ISP as well. We did that in 6 months.
Wow.
So yeah, we created these new solutions, as we call them, ventures. There's about 6 of them. And they've evolved over time. So from being what people consider startup from an incubator stage to now being a mature product. So Lightbox has been in the market for a year now. So we've got to then take that mindset of working with startups to actually working with, mature businesses with, consumers on that platform that are paying money for it now.
Wow.
Yeah. I think that telcos are actually an underappreciated resource, or they have a lot of potential that maybe is not recognized. I spent a number of years at AT&T, and when you think about the comprehensive universal service expectations that people have had, the 5 nines reliability, when you look at the just the sheer physical plant that the telcos have with rights of way and central offices and switching, and just the history of running very successfly high availability systems. When you think about pivoting this into the new digital era, it's really exciting.
It is not.
It's not.
It is. It's awesome. No, it's awesome.
Yeah,
It absolutely is. And I think what we've done is taken the brand name that everyone knows as what was Telecom, it's now Spark, that trusted name, and we've actually, these are services we provide to the same consumer that actually consume Spark products. So they take that trust, they take that reliability that Spark has given them, over X number of years that they've been around.
Yeah, and as a Spark consumer back in New Zealand, it is actually quite exciting seeing the new products come out. The Lightbox has been fantastic, and certainly we're looking into the home automation suite that you're putting out.
Yep.
So it's there's some really good stuff out there, and I think you're right. It's the reliability, because you've been in the market for a long time. You might have changed names, but it's still the company that we're used to. So, but yeah, seeing the progress you're making, and it's changing constantly.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. You said one of the components is on the data side. So, are to the extent that you can, how are you using that to determine, was it home automation that was the next product? Was it Lightbox that was the next product? Are you getting some of the essential new channels, new product lines from the data capabilities that you're initially, providing? Is that where some of the ideas are coming from, or is it just, straight up market?
It's straight up people having some ideas, seeing what other countries are doing, other companies are doing in other countries.
Right.
And then what we'd actually, do proof of concepts. We'd actually just try out the concept itself.
Right.
Very, we do a minimal viable product. We do the whole in canvas startup, make sure it's actually got a market there.
Right.
We test it out. okay, great, that works. Maybe with 20 odd customers, we might try it out on.
Right.
And then we go, cool, that actually, we've got a product there. Okay, then we do a business case to take that to full launch.
Right.
Then we'd go to the Spark board for approval to kick that venture off. With the idea of, evolving that venture or becoming a joint venture over time, or putting it back into Spark, whichever channel suits the venture. Once we've got them going and we know how they're going to go and how they're received in the market.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole minimum viable product idea, of course, that's Eric Rees, Lean Startup. And I think that's a big influence in the IT industry right now. I mean, it's basically saying, a lot of times you can't know what it is that's ultimately going to be found to be valuable. You have to experiment and continuously iterate. And until you finally get to something that, okay, yeah, this is starting to take off, this is getting some critical mass or some momentum. I think that is different than some older ways of approaching it, where it's like you assume that, well, just because I have a 500-page requirement spec, it must be right.
It must be right, yeah.
And people are going to buy it.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah. So
are you seeing any sort of cross-pollination where, I mean, I know you were establishing, you had a lot of those telecom individuals there and you started coming out with different products. Are you seeing a cross-pollination of, because of certain capabilities, certain profiles, certain personalities that individuals or, classes of individuals are consuming, that you see other capabilities that, now you can market or, coming up with ideas, on what the next channel, might be?
Yeah, we're certainly finding, these products are appealing to certain types of individuals. For example, our ISP, BigPipe, that's all support is done all online. There's no phone calls. We look out for the BigPipe Twitter handle. We look at all of the blogs. So if we see people commenting about that particular product or having any issues or it's great, we can get onto that straight away. We're dealing with customer service in real time.
Wow.
So if you get that experience wrong, it's there. It's there. So you have to get it right. So you've got to have a good product, good customer service, know your customers.
Right.
And we are finding some customers actually really like that way of working. Spark traditionally has taken phone calls. That's how it likes the people that buy that service. Like that phone calls, like to speak to someone, whereas the people we're finding that like our services quite happy dealing online. And because we're dealing with online, we actually keep our costs a lot lower. So our operating expenses are a lot lower, so we can actually provide a great service for a lot lower cost. So no, that's worked really well.
Yeah, the way people are wanting to consume things is changing so much. As you say, that online interaction is becoming far more, especially with the generation that's heading into, consuming and paying the money out. They don't want to pick up a phone and call you.
No, they don't.
They just want to open their mobile and type where they want to go, or
they just want it to work.
They want it to work. That's right. They expect it to work. It's not that they want it to work. They just assume it's going to work.
And if it doesn't work, they can go elsewhere. And that's
right.
what you've got to appeal. You've got to have a great service that consumers want and want to stay with.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not just getting them on; it's keeping them.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, Pete, it's been great having a chat to you. It's strange to chat to another Kiwi on this side of the world.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, to come a long distance, actually.
Yeah. So in a couple of weeks we can be at home cheering on the All Blacks for the World Cup.
Hopefully winning the World Cup.
Getting the World, bringing it back home again.
Yep. Cool.
Thanks a lot for your time.
Enjoyed it.